It's all the same thing. Thank you for those of you who came. Not as many people today. Appreciate y'all. The real ones are here. Oh, geez. I love it. Let's go.
Matt, there's forecast for strong winds on Saturday. Just generally, what have you learned about handling the wind at Nebraska and how that can affect teams?
Yeah, it's part of being here. It's part of being in the region of the country that we're in. And we practice outside in the spring. It's 32 degrees. It's 24 degrees, and we're outside, throwing in the ice and snow, and it doesn't affect us. That's why quarterbacks with big hands, that can control the ball and spin the ball through the wind matter. But I'm not concerned. It's just something to take into account. You have to take into account the kicking game. That the wind comes out of the south end zone. I believe it's coming southwest this game, so it'll be a factor. And everything that you do, it might mean you make some different decisions than normally you would. But the good news is both teams have to play with it at their back and in front in them. We had the Maryland game 2 years ago, and then we had the Rutgers game last year. Both really, really windy games that affected the passing game. So, but it was windy at times versus Akron too. So we'll be prepared.
Javen and Vincent, they've played together at linebacker a lot. Just what have you liked about both those guys and what they've shown alongside each other?
Both Javen and V9 are run and hit guys. They're physical. They like to play, like to mix it up, like to get off blocks. They both can cover. They both can blitz. Obviously, the impact of the quarterback run game this week, adds another ball carrier, adds another gap, and so you need linebackers who can run. And I think both guys have played well for us.
How do you feel this week of practice has gone?
Week's been great. They've practiced hard last week. They practiced hard this week, so they'll be ready on Saturday.
John came in on Tuesday and talked about attitude. What kind of an adjustment, if any, have you seen from this group?
None. They lost the game by 3 points. They worked hard. They had a good attitude. They played a Big Ten game. They lost by 3. They've showed up, continued. They're a resilient group, gritty group. They've ignored like the results and just said, hey, what can we improve? And I really like the group from that result, that standpoint. So, we're facing a team that went through the same thing we went through. They lost a ball game, they had a bye week. It'll be a heck of a football game.
You had mentioned towards the end of preseason camp that Demetrius Bell was working his way back towards around this point of the season. Do you have any update of just how his recovery?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you. Appreciate you paying attention to that. He was trending. He actually practiced and then unfortunately injured the other hamstring, which is when you have an injury under one leg, sometimes the other leg compensates, and so not a super long-term thing, but delayed his return.
Said Malcolm Hart's something doubtful. Any update on his outlook?
Yeah, we'll work him out on the day of the game and see where he's at.
Do you have a better insight during the bye week just about the momentum in recruiting and kind of where recruits see Nebraska right now?
I think recruiting, it's a little bit different for everybody, in terms of different players see different things. I think the vast majority of at least the feedback that I get when I talk to people, the type of player that we're talking to, and then the feedback I get from people that, are in that world is that, we're obviously making some noise with people. They're coming to see in the game day experience. They're seeing the fan base. They're seeing the facilities. They're seeing the inner workings of the program. I think we're doing a good job of showing kind of what the ilk of what we do is. So I think our guys are. I think the players that we're recruiting are excited about us. It's just there's a lot more factors these days. A lot more goes into it. So we have to make sure we check all the boxes. But I think we're continuing to attract the right people. And I think when you look at over the last 2 years, the freshmen that we brought in, a lot of them have played, and B, the impact they've made, and some haven't made an impact yet, but they're going to. So I think we've done a good job evaluating, and we'll continue to do so. That's it.
How eager is this team to get back out there and put something new on tape?
I don't think we're still thinking about the past. I don't think we're thinking about put something. We're not embarrassed of our effort the previous game. Like I said, we just know that there's things we could have done better, and but that's I think you talk to every team that wins or loses, they're always going to say, hey, we can get better. So I think for us, we're just excited about another opportunity. We're playing at home. We're playing a Big Ten opponent. I don't know when the last time Nebraska beat Michigan State is, but it seems like it's another one kind of like Wisconsin that's been, maybe 2015 or something like that. Since then? 2019? 2018. So not in this decade. Fair enough. So I think we look at that as an unbelievable opportunity. They're a heck of a team. They got a great quarterback. They have a great run game. They've got really productive players on defense. 2 great receivers, amazing punter, great punt returner. So I think you look at it, you're like, hey, it's going to be a heck of a football game. We think we also have good players too, and I'm expecting our players to go play really, really, really well. I think they've improved, and we're just going to play it out and see what happens.
All good.
All right, thanks, guys.